So I finally got my hands on a Steam Deck, and when I went shopping for one, I noticed they came out with a new OLED model back in late 2023, lighter than the first Steam Deck released with a beautiful HDR OLED display at 90Hz refresh rate, more storage, and a larger battery. I decided to get myself the 1TB model at $649.99 for my 33rd birthday. With shipping included, it came out to be a little over $700. Extra things included in the 650 model was the premium anti-glare etched glass, a carrying case, Steam profile bundle, exclusive startup video, and an exclusive virtual keyboard. I wanted to buy one ever since I saw this for sale, but I could not afford it at the time. And not only is this handheld powerful, but it's very lightweight and charges extremely fast. So my thinking when I first wanted to buy this was, can I jailbreak this and can I run several emulators on this device? And that was the main reason why I wanted this, to see if I can actually run much higher end emulators, like you would see on a PC like Dolphin or the PS3 emulator on this handheld device. I was amazed at how many emulators this thing can run, not to mention that there is no jailbreak required to run up to PS3 and Nintendo Switch games, no problem. But to get everything installed correctly takes a significant amount of time to have everything run correctly, and installing emulators through EmuDeck is very easy. You can download the app via desktop mode and go through it step by step. There are so many emulators that are installed on this device, and I managed to set up and run a few that I know already and have backed up games for them. So overall, the process wasn't too difficult. It was very easy and straightforward. It's just time consuming because of all the copying of different files, different games, and also trying to get all the box art and everything else involved with each of those ROMs. I do work a full-time job in the evening, so I didn't have much time to mess with it in the first week. I was only getting my settings tweaked, copying games over, creating and downloading the art cover boxes for all 9,000 of my games so far. I did also buy a 1TB micro SD card to keep all of my games on it and away from the 1TB NVMe SSD. So I have 2TB on this handheld. I wanted to make sure to have enough room on the main storage for my favorite games from Steam and or ones I want to run flawlessly. But so far, running games on the SD card is no problem. There is nothing special you have to do with the card besides formatting it via settings on the Steam Deck. So there's so much games to play, and this device is insanely good at running them no problem off the SD card. The PS3 games look so crisp and amazing, and I'm so happy that I managed to get everything set up the way it should be. Another thing I had to buy that was kind of tedious was a USB-C adapter. So a USB-C to a USB 3.0 female. So what makes this a little bit annoying is that once you format your SD card on your Steam Deck, a regular PC can't see it because anything formatted through a Linux operating system just has a hard time being seen through a Windows computer. So you have to use a USB drive or an external drive to copy your games and files over to your Steam Deck. I waited a day for that to come from Amazon, and I'll have links in the description down below so you can see what I purchased and used. And I did purchase a 256GB USB drive specifically for my Steam Deck, and that worked no problem. There wasn't no formats that I had to do. I just copied over everything on my USB drive and I plugged it into my Steam Deck and it read it no problem. You can also add different non-Steam launchers to your Steam library, such as Epic Games, Battle.net, Xbox Game Pass, Disney+, Netflix, Hulu, and the list goes on. Again, fairly easy to install. You just have to head over to the GitHub link, download the zip, extract it, run the app, and install the launchers you would like to add to your library. Now, after I got everything supposedly installed, I didn't see it in my Steam Deck library, so I had to restart my device a couple times, and then I had to go through EmuDeck to start parsing the games that I copied over, and eventually they were shown in my Steam library, so that was a little weird. But overall, I'm in love with this device, and it's hands down the best handheld I have ever owned. PSP games run amazingly good, Wii and GameCube games look sharp and crisp, but some games do need a little bit of tweaking, meaning you have to go into your settings of the emulator to kind of adjust a couple things to make them look decent. It does take a little bit of effort to kind of put your Steam Deck together after all the copying and all the time that you put into getting everything set up, but it's better than to run the risk of jailbreaking a device and potentially breaking it. So the Steam Deck is very user-friendly and has so many different settings for you to mess around with, and it just makes it easier for you to load up emulators, no problem. So I am convinced today that the Steam Deck is the greatest handheld to ever exist.